The Battle of Cannae, fought on August 2nd, 216 BC, stands as a chilling reminder of the fragility of empires. It was a day that would be etched into the collective memory of Rome and Carthage alike. On the dusty plains of southern Italy, Hannibal Barker, the brilliant Carthaginian general, orchestrated a masterpiece of military strategy. His tactics were revolutionary, showcasing his deep understanding of both his own forces and those of his enemy. He inflicted upon the Roman Republic its most devastating defeat, a blow from which many contemporaries believed Rome would never recover. The scale of the loss was unprecedented, shaking the very foundations of Roman confidence. Cannae, etched into the annals of history, became synonymous with annihilation, a victory so complete that it echoed through the centuries. The aftermath saw Rome re-evaluating its military strategies and leadership. The very name Cannae sent shivers down the spines of generations of Romans. It was a constant reminder of the potential for disaster, a spectre that haunted Roman military ambitions. It became a cautionary tale, whispered as a warning against overconfidence and a testament to the genius of Hannibal. Roman generals would often invoke Cannae to instill caution and vigilance in their troops. For Carthage, Cannae represented the pinnacle of its military achievement, a glimmer of hope in a struggle for survival against the rising power of Rome. It was a moment of triumph that showcased Carthaginian resilience and ingenuity. This essay delves into the historical context, the strategic brilliance, and the enduring legacy of the Battle of Cannae, exploring why it remains a pivotal moment in ancient history. We will uncover the layers of this monumental event and its lasting impact on the world. To comprehend the significance of Cannae, one must first understand the intense rivalry that fueled the flames of conflict between Rome and Carthage, two of the most powerful civilizations of the ancient world. These two burgeoning Mediterranean powers, locked in a fierce struggle for dominance, engaged in a series of wars known as the Punic Wars, which would shape the future of the region. The First Punic War, from 264 to 241 BC, had witnessed Rome, a rising power on the Italian peninsula, clash with Carthage, the established maritime power of the Western Mediterranean. This war marked the beginning of a long and bitter rivalry. This conflict, primarily a naval war, ended in a decisive Roman victory, but the scars of the conflict ran deep, leaving both sides with a thirst for retribution. Carthage, forced to cede valuable territory and pay a heavy indemnity, seethed with a burning desire for revenge, determined to reclaim its lost glory. It was from this bitter legacy that Hannibal Barker emerged, a young and brilliant general driven by a burning desire to avenge his city's honor and break the growing power of Rome, setting the stage for one of history's most legendary military campaigns. Hannibal, born into a family steeped in military tradition, inherited not only a thirst for victory, but also a deep-seated animosity towards Rome. His father, Hannibal Barker, had instilled in him a fierce determination to challenge Roman dominance. In 218 BC, he launched a daring and unprecedented campaign, one that would forever etch his name into the annals of military history. His strategy was as bold as it was innovative. Instead of directly confronting Rome by sea, a strategy employed in the previous war, he opted for a bolder, more audacious plan. He decided to take the fight to Rome by an overland route, something no one had dared before. Hannibal, at the head of a formidable army that included war elephants, crossed the Pyrenees Mountains, traversed the territories of Gaul, and faced numerous challenges along the way, and in a feat of logistical brilliance scaled the treacherous Alps. This journey was fraught with peril, testing the limits of his army's endurance and resolve. This audacious maneuver, accomplished amidst harsh weather conditions and constant harassment from hostile tribes, took its toll on Hannibal's forces. Many soldiers and elephants were lost to the elements and enemy attacks, yet it placed him and his army on Italian soil, ready to strike at the very heart of the Roman Republic. This bold move would set the stage for some of the most legendary battles in ancient history. Hannibal's arrival in Italy sent shockwaves through the Roman Senate. The audacity of his campaign caught the Romans off guard. They hastily levied armies to confront this unexpected threat. The initial encounters between the Roman legions and Hannibal's forces at the Ticinus River and the Trebia River resulted in decisive Carthaginian victories. These defeats exposed critical weaknesses in the Roman military system, particularly in its leadership and tactical adaptability. Hannibal, a master of strategy and a cunning tactician, exploited these Roman vulnerabilities with ruthless efficiency. His victories sent shockwaves through the Roman world, shaking their confidence and sowing seeds of doubt. The stage was set for a confrontation that would decide the fate of the Western Mediterranean. The Battle of Cannae itself took place on a hot summer day near the Aufidus River in southeastern Italy. Both armies deployed in formations that reflected their traditional strengths and their commanders' strategic thinking. The Roman army, significantly larger than Hannibal's force, arrayed itself in its customary triplex aces formation. This formation, consisting of 3 lines of heavily armed infantry, aimed to overwhelm the enemy with sheer force. Hannibal, acutely aware of the numerical superiority of the Roman legions, countered with a deployment designed to exploit the Romans' predictable tactics and turn their strength against them. Hannibal's deployment was a masterpiece of military art. He arranged his infantry in a crescent-shaped formation, with his strongest troops, the Libyan infantry, positioned on the flanks. At the center of the crescent, he placed his less experienced Gallic and Spanish infantry. This seemingly weaker center was designed to draw the Romans in, giving the appearance of a breakthrough. As the battle commenced, the Roman legions, driven by their characteristic aggression and confidence in their superior numbers, surged forward, pressing into the center of Hannibal's line. The Carthaginian center deliberately gave ground, drawing the Romans deeper into the trap. Meanwhile, Hannibal's cavalry stationed on the flanks routed their Roman counterparts, leaving the legions vulnerable on their wings. With the Roman infantry drawn into a constricted pocket and their flanks exposed, Hannibal unleashed the second phase of his plan. The Carthaginian cavalry, having routed the Roman horsemen, swept around the Roman flanks and attacked from the rear, encircling the Roman legions. The trap, sprung with deadly precision, left the Roman army completely surrounded, compressed into a killing zone from which there was no escape. The Roman legions, packed tightly together, were unable to maneuver effectively. They were systematically slaughtered by the Carthaginian infantry, who attacked from all sides. The carnage was unimaginable. Tens of thousands of Roman soldiers, including a consul and numerous senators, perished on the blood-soaked field of Cannae. The Battle of Cannae reverberated throughout the ancient world. The scale of the Roman defeat was unprecedented. It sent shockwaves through the Roman Republic, shaking its foundations to the core. In the immediate aftermath of the battle, Rome faced a crisis of survival. Yet, despite the magnitude of the disaster, Rome demonstrated remarkable resilience. They refused to surrender, enacting a series of emergency measures to rebuild their army and continue the war. Cannae, despite its immediate impact, did not break Rome. However, it fundamentally altered the course of the Second Punic War, forcing the Romans to adopt new strategies and adapt their military thinking. Cannae's legacy extends far beyond the confines of ancient history. It stands as a timeless testament to the power of brilliant leadership, innovative tactics, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The battle serves as a stark reminder that even the mightiest of empires are not invincible, vulnerable to the strategic genius of a skilled adversary. Hannibal's victory at Cannae, a masterpiece of military planning and execution, continues to be studied in military academies around the world, a testament to its enduring influence on military thought. Cannae, etched into the collective memory of humanity, serves as a chilling reminder of the costs of conflict and a testament to the enduring power of the human will to survive even in the face of overwhelming defeat.